Today we're talking about how to leave a legacy for your family. If you've ever wondered about what you're going to leave behind, not just in finances, but in values and relationships, then this video is for you. I think there are at least 3 key elements to this. Let's get into each one of those in a little more detail. First of all, legacy begins with who you are, not what you have. I've had the honor and privilege of working with several high-wealth families who, through their industry and their work ethic and their ability to create value for other people, have built a fairly sizable estate. And then they are faced with the problem of what to do with this. And most of them want to pass it along to their family, right? But there's a problem. We know through the research that most generational wealth is lost within the first 3 generations, and usually a lot quicker than that, because they're passing along the valuables without the values. Listen to those words. What if we could pass along the values before the valuables? What if we could pass along the wisdom before the wealth? This is what sustains and makes sustainable that intergenerational wealth. Well, what does this have to do with legacy? You are already building your legacy through your behavior, through your observable actions, through what you claim to be your core values, and what you show your family is true about those values by your own behavior. The most powerful legacies are built through communication and connection and contribution. What you model, how you live, how you love, how you lead, teaches far more than what you leave in a will or a trust. What if you had a way to pass down your wisdom, and not just your wealth? Stories, values, and life lessons have lasting power. Be intentional about sharing your experiences. And I might add, especially the hard ones, especially the embarrassing ones, especially the ones that you're not particularly proud of, but that reveal your humanity. Sometimes we get really comfortable showing people our success, but we're really hesitant to reveal our failure. Brené Brown, who is a brilliant researcher on this subject, has done a lot of work around vulnerability. Vulnerability makes us believable and convincing to others. It gives us a way of being authentic in a way that we can actually connect with their experience. Be willing to share your full, rich, abundant experience with your family, with those who are closest to you. And while you're at it, write these down, record them, have them transcribed, somehow create a document that shows not only what you did, but why you did it. What were your core values that drove everything that brought you to where you are now? See, in creating a legacy, people only see what they see. You see a very different perspective. And the only way they can see that is if you are willing to share it in a way that makes sense to them. As you share not only your activities, but the motivations behind those activities, this becomes the root of your family legacy. I think sometimes we make the error of looking at legacy as something that comes in the future after we're gone. But you're not gone, are you? The legacy that matters most is the one where your children and grandchildren know that they are seen and loved and cherished. That they are a part of something that is bigger than they are and very important. Whether those relationships are thriving or struggling or detached or distant, it's not too late. There is much that you can do right now to purposely move forward and create a family culture that leaves a lasting legacy. Remember, as you're going through this process, to practice gratitude, not guilt, positivity, not pessimism. Enough with the shame or regrets that sometimes plague our minds. You have the ability now to create a legacy on purpose, and you don't have to do it alone. What kind of legacy do you want to leave for your family? Share some of your thoughts here in the comments down below. We can open a discussion about that. And a very relevant next experience for you would be to watch this video. How to be a better parent to your adult kids. Can you see some relevance in that? Click on that video and I'll see you right over there.